Hello YouTube. So, slight confession to make, I've not made a video for 3 weeks. I've just been feeling a bit art blocked, not really had much inspiration, or I don't know, I've not really had the enthusiasm for making much art recently. I've just caught up with Inktober 52, so I was 3 weeks behind, so I've just done that. I've got a collab coming up. So I need to work on that, but I have a different video today. So if I get rid of my tea, or I need a drink first because I'm going to get a dry mouth. Excuse me, I have what is, I believe, a relatively new product. So HIMI make watercolour, so I'm pretty sure everyone by now knows about the HIMI jelly gouache, I believe, but don't hold me to this. They may be the people that made the original jelly gouache. And they are so popular, and I mean, I've got a set and they're amazing, so I know people really enjoy them. I did buy some HIMI coloured pencils for my husband at Christmas, and he said that they're really good. I, however, have not used them, so I can't really comment myself. And not many people know that HIMI make coloured pencils. But what I found actually is that everyone I spoke to didn't know that this existed, so I'm guessing this is a relatively new product. I saw it on Amazon. It's £15.99 on the UK Amazon store, and it comes in pink and blue. So this is obviously the blue version, and it's got 38 colours. So the pink version has, I think it's 24. I don't know whether the palette is the same size, or whether it's smaller, or if it is the same size. I think the sizes of the actual paints themselves may be a bit bigger, but I don't actually know. I didn't buy that one because I thought, 38 colours was better value than 24. So yeah, it's really cute. It reminds me of a makeup palette, which is kind of awesome, like a fun brand. It's simple yet really like eye-catching. First of all, I love the fact that you can see the colours through that. It's got like the little window like makeup has, and that's amazing. On the back we have, I'll get this out now, a HIMI paintbrush. So I've got a set, I don't know if I've got any to hand right now. I think this is one behind me. Yep, this is a HIMI paintbrush. It was from their gouache set, so I've been using that a bit, and these are great. So I'm assuming that this is going to be as good. So I'm going to use this in the video. I'm going to try and stick to just this paintbrush, but it's just like a little, it's quite soft. It doesn't feel quite as nice, but maybe this is more of a watercolour brush than the others, I don't know. So I'm not going to put that back on because I might ruin it. We've got all the colour names there, so there is a lot of different colours. Yeah, and as you can see, this is the pink, and then shows the pink and the blue, and it's got the blue ticked. So I'm assuming actually that the pink is the same size because it looks like they tick the one it goes on to. But then this is slightly different, so who knows? These are different. I mean, there's more in this set. I'm rambling. Anyway, so a slight concern with this kit is that, here they all are, they kind of look like children's first watercolours. They're that chalky looking tablet. They don't transfer colour, so they're obviously going to be quite, oh, scrap my nail on that. They might take a little while to activate, I'm not sure, but we will see. I'm going to keep an open mind on those. So you could use this bit here as a little mixing tray, and then there's plenty of space around here to use. So let us, now I have already made a swatch card for myself, so let's have a swatch of these. I zoom out a little bit, there's a bit more room. My water, and we will see how well these do. So I'll do a couple live now. I've only got 36 spaces on here, and there's 38 colours, so what I will probably do is not swatch the white because, I mean, it's pointless. It's not going to show up. And I'll try the black on off cut of cards. I mean black I would assume. So I'll just stick this down. So where to start, really? That is the question, isn't it? So I don't know whether to drip a bit of, no, I'm just going to put on as I go. So okay, let's start here on the lighter side. So yeah, they're not taking that long to start activating. See on the brush now. Okay, so they don't appear hugely pigmented, but I did put quite a lot of water on that brush. Oh, that's better. There, yeah, okay. So that's the first one. So that first one has actually stained the brush. So I have got some sort of pigment there at least. So we're going to go around. I'll tell you what, we can go into the sections. So this one looks a lot more pigmented. I don't think I've put. Okay, I'm not too sure about these at the moment. I think they may not be that much better than a child's paint set, but I'm going to do an artwork with them after I've swatched them all, and we will see. So I go into the yellow. Yeah. Okay, so that's got. You can get a lot more pigment on the brush. They don't appear to be quite behaving like a standard watercolour. They're not. It doesn't seem like the paint's that happy to move around too much, if that makes sense. I mean, that doesn't mean that we're not going to be able to use them and make good use of them, you know. But like, they're not overly pigmented. You have to kind of work a bit to get some colour from them. But I mean, that's fine. I'm sure we can build colour up. So what we're on to now, so there's yellow in the middle, and then we've got the light yellow to the side, which we can do. I think that's too many yellows. If you've been watching me for a while, you will know that I don't particularly like yellow. Right, I mean, that yellow's very bright. I mean, this one I think is a bit patchy, but I think, and this one, it might be me. I mean, these certainly aren't professional grade. I'm not sure if I would even describe them as student grade at this point. So there's not much pigment on this one. Very pale yellow. Okay. So shall I go for a blue already? Should we just have a look at the blues out of sync? Yeah. This is probably going to upset some people doing them out of order. I know it would upset me watching it, but let's just swatch some of these blues and then we'll go to a time lapse. I mean, they're certainly bright. They're not muddy colours at all, so that's good. I don't feel like they want to move around that much. So I'm going for one of my favourites now. I know this one from looking earlier. This is Prussian blue, apparently. Yeah. A bit on the light side for Prussian blue, but I mean, yeah. We've got this purpley bluey colour now. It may not be purpley by the time I've put it down, but no, it is not. Go. Okay. So that one's very vibrant. Right, we're on 10 minutes already. Bear with me. I'm going to do 2 more and then I'm going to go into time lapse to do the rest. See, this paintbrush already is very stained. Very stained. So this looks like this is going to be like a tealy, sea foamy green. Right, yes, so these are very much like children's watercolour paints, but we're going to see how well they do. They might be great for just chucking a bit of colour down in sketchbooks and things, but we'll see. But yeah, okay, so I'm going to go into time lapse and I'm going to do all the rest of these, and then we will come back and then we will do an artwork. Okay, so here they all are, minus the black, which I didn't swatch in the end because it's black and I wouldn't use the black so much anyway. They're a bit of a mixed bag. I have to say, some of them aren't very pigmented at all, despite, like, now they've dried. So these orangey colours, I mean, this is very dull, this colour, so not even overly vibrant for these couple. I think the strongest colours that we have, the nicest colours, are the purples and these greens here. I'd expect this to be a bit more vibrant. So a lot of them, they look more vibrant till they dry, which isn't uncommon for watercolours anyway. So I won't fault them on that, but they're not quite as vibrant as they first seem. They're definitely children's watercolours. These are not professional grade. I wouldn't even say these are student grade. They literally drink water. When you put water on, it's gone. It's just sucked into it. They're very like dry watercolours, and they're kind of a bit chalky to the touch, which isn't nice for me. It gives me the but I think, you know, they're probably usable. So I'm going to try and make a little artwork with these now. I might use the greens and the purples as they're the strongest colours. I'm just going to try like doing layering leaves, like leaf types or foliage shapes. Yeah, so we'll catch up for final thoughts at the end. Okay, can I just say that actually using them, I've done this first layer really pale. I would have liked it a little bit paler, but I didn't get it as pale as I thought I was going to get it. But I'm really enjoying using them. I think they're looking nice. I think the strengths in this palette are definitely the greens so far. So yeah, it's yeah, I'm quite excited now to use these and see what else I can do with them and how I can build this up. But first impressions of actually painting with them properly and not swatching, I'm having fun. So let's carry on. Okay, I am done, and full disclosure, I did do a nice tape peel for you, but I forgot to press record, so sorry about that. But never mind. So I finished this piece. I'm going to give you my very honest review about these watercolours. they are, I wouldn't recommend them, let's be honest. They're not great. I think these are definitely like the children's watercolours you get in any shop that sells children's art supplies. You know, they're, I don't even know where to start. They're very juicy. As soon as you put water onto them, they suck it straight in. There they are, watered down. You can see this is just a really chalky finish. That one's dried and it's very, I don't know if you can see, very, very chalky. So basically, yeah, they're $15.99 for a set. You get 38 colours. It is definitely quantity over quality with these. I did think for a bit that they were going to be okay to actually paint with. When I did the first layer and I stopped and I spoke to you, I was quite excited. Now, as soon as I started the second layer, that completely went. Yeah, so I'll just tell you why. Basically, when you can see here and here, so let me get quite a nice line. Okay, so here we start with quite a nice thin line and we move across to a bit I've already painted. Now I should be able to just paint over that. These were completely dry. I used a hairdryer to do it. I always use a hairdryer to dry my layers because I'm impatient. So I know that this is not, that they weren't wet and it wasn't the hairdryer doing this. So they go straight onto the paint below and then they spread and then back down here and they're thinner again. For some reason it didn't happen here. I don't know why I couldn't replicate it. But this happened here, here. Basically pretty much everywhere it's done that spreading. When you paint a second layer, you should be able to see the painting underneath, and you can't really. You can't there, but that's the only point. You know, it's not clear enough. Most of the time what's happening is, instead of like creating a new shade but still showing what's underneath, it's just mixing the colours together. Like here, it's a real shame, to be honest. And then when you get them really pigmented, it just sits on the paper and doesn't spread out properly. It's just not very nice. Yeah, I'm really disappointed. I was kind of hoping these were going to be brilliant because of the gouaches that HIMI make, but yeah, never mind. They feel really chalky, and for me, who has sensory issues with things like pastels and charcoal, which are obviously chalky, that's an issue. But I mean, I'm not going to be running my hand over artwork, so it's not a massive issue in this case, but still a bit of a thing. Something to note. They are a bit hit and miss on the pigmentation. The purples are very pigmented, more so than anything else. The oranges, not so much. So would I recommend this product? I would recommend it if you were buying paints for a child of maybe 6 to 12 years old who are really into art. I think it would be great for those because you've got all the colours. I think if you are maybe older than 12, I would say invest in a proper palette. And you know, palettes aren't, you can get cheap palettes, they just have less colours in. So my recommendation would be to learn colour theory and buy less colours, but buy proper watercolours. I think that's the best way to go. If you're not really interested in colour theory and you want to just try watercolours for the first time, maybe they're okay, but like I said, they're not behaving like proper watercolours. I definitely wouldn't recommend them to anybody that seriously wants to use watercolours, or a professional artist, experienced artist, anything like that. And if I had to rate them out of 10, I'd probably give them a 3. And the only reason why I'm giving them a 3 is that they are easy to get off of Amazon, and they have a really wide selection of colours, but sadly they are not great to use. I'm probably going to mess around with them a little bit, but yeah. Anyway, so that's my thoughts, and sadly I don't recommend them to you. And I'm a bit disappointed because I know the gouache is so good. But there we go. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think of these watercolours if you used them before, if you're likely to buy them. I'd love to know what you think. Yeah, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because I'm going to be putting some more videos out in the next few days. And yeah, you can find also all my social media accounts are linked below. I'll leave a link to these watercolours if you want to have a look at their Amazon site. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's been a long time since the last video, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.